The CDC reports more than 4 million children in the U.S. between ages 3 and 17 have diagnosed anxiety. And reports of anxiety, especially in high school age kids, have risen exponentially the last few years. Bisarek, a junior guard for Hillsboro girls basketball, knows just how hard the condition can be. She started her battle with it around 4th grade, but her tipping point wouldn't come until 8th grade.
I was having a hard time staying in the gym during basketball workouts, and I couldn't really understand what was going on, and I would just get super anxious, and I would have these panic attacks. It would be pretty difficult for me to get through the day. I had kind of a rude awakening by a couple different of my family members and therapists just kind of tell me hey, you're not going to get anywhere if you just let this consume you.
They told her she needed a higher degree of care.
I don't want this to be who I am. I don't want this to define the rest of my life and be the reason that I don't get to play basketball with all of my teammates.
So at 13 years old, Kira spent 9.5 weeks at Rogers Behavioral Health in Oconomowoc.
Every day, 8 a.m. to 2:30, working on my mental health. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. That's what my diagnosis was. And I was obsessing over throwing up.
Health professionals would expose her to things that had made her anxious in the past and then teach her ways to cope.
I learned that if you're anxious in a physical situation, don't think of it as your body is stressing. It's your body rising to a challenge.
Her time in Oconomowoc didn't just teach her to look inward. She says she also developed more empathy for other people.
I was lucky enough to stay at the Ronald McDonald House in Wauwatosa. And I was living in the same house as children that were getting cancer operations across the street the next morning, and they didn't know if they were going to make it out. And it kind of made me realize yeah, what I'm going through really sucks, but look at what they've got.
The lessons learned have stuck with her, and they've given her the confidence to share her experience with her teammates.
They've been okay with opening up because of what she's had to say. It's just really good to see her not just come from where she was at, but almost thrive and advance because of it.
There was a time when she thought anxiety would take away not just basketball, but her ability to live a normal life. Now, on the other side of recovery, she knows one thing is true.
It's cheesy, but it's okay to not be okay.
And since her experience, Kira says she's also engaged with school counselors on how to improve mental health care in schools. And if someone you know is struggling with something, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration has a helpline to provide some general guidance. That number on your screen. We'll be right back after this.